Hi Aries, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. So a quick note about my tarot readings. They are for your sun, moon and ascendant. So I always advise that you watch your sun, moon and rising signs so that you can get a handle on how these speak to you, which one you feel is the most accurate for you. With that said, for those of you that are just stopping by or new subbies, thank you so much for being here. For those of you that are continued subbies, you know I love you for it. With that said, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. All right, before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you have the Fool card, right? New things, places, people, and energy are coming in this week. This could also be a powerful week of, a moment that changes everything. Whenever you see the Fool card, nothing is going to be the same again. Like, this is always something like is being reset. And when we say reset, we don't mean like, you know, something's beginning again. This is something is beginning anew or beginning afresh. This is something brand new that is making its way into your life. Sometimes it can come, you know, as a download, as a realization. I've known this card to portend conversations that happen, and then it's like after that conversation something shifts in your awareness or your understanding. So pay attention to the small moments this week, because that is where you are going to find the magic. So with that said, please don't forget to check out my new channel, ReyLaxation. It's dedicated to meditations. You can find that in the link in the description box below. For your actions and options this week, oh yeah, you have the Emperor card, right? So this is actually a lot of energy. You've got the Fool card there, which is very initiatory, you know, beginning, starting something energy. You've got the Emperor card there in your actions and options. And your actions and options of this reading, this is all about you. It's about what you do, what you choose to welcome in or to embark on. This is literally a week where something about you is being highlighted, something about you is changing this week, and it's being led by you. This is about you deciding to make something very real. This could be a new path that you've decided to dedicate yourself to. Maybe something that you've decided, right, you know what, I'm finally ready to start that A, B, and C. For some of you, this could be something to do with your personal image. So, you know, something like a diet or a regime of some sort. You know, like, this is about you looking at what you can change within yourself, or, you know, even in your external sort of experience. For some of you, this is literally you embarking on a new era of study. This is about you bringing new knowledge, new information into the fold and saying, right, I am ready to learn this. You know, and in some ways, for some of you as well, it looks like you've finally decided to start your own business or to move ahead with a plan. Just remember, obviously, we do have that Mercury retrograde this week happening in the sign of Aquarius. So just be aware of that energy sort of in the background. For your communications and conversations, you have the Page of Swords. Right, so Page of Swords coupled with the Fool card. Yeah, all right. So for a lot of you, this is very much focused on your work, on your profession. Some of you could be hearing back from jobs that you have applied for this week. Remember, the Page of Swords can be a job interview or a meeting. Very often, though, this is like a correspondence of some sort. And because it comes up with the Fool card, this could be an email or a phone call that comes out of the blue. It may even be something that you've applied for ages ago and completely forgotten about. It does happen that way. So just be aware of that this week, which is great. Now, one thing I will say to you, because this is a very youthful energy as well, and because it's coupled with the Page of Swords, this week it's not advised to get into it with somebody who is what I would call immature. All right, so just be aware of that. You know, if you put your mind to somebody else's mind, you don't elevate yourself by having the argument. You just bring yourself down to their level. Try not to get into that this week. Now, for those of you that work for somebody else, this could be you really saying to yourself, you know what, I'm ready for elevation. I'm ready for forward momentum and progression. And this is you going after it in a big way. If you are speaking your mind and your truth in that way, just find a way to do it that is, you know, more about the facts rather than what you want. All right, obviously you're going for what you want, but just do it in a way that doesn't detract from what you're trying to get. For those of you that work for yourselves, business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, this could be a great, really great opportunity that comes very much out of the blue. Now, remember what I said right at the beginning of this year for everybody. If the opportunity is good now, it will be good later. If you can find a way to delay it, because obviously we've got the retrograde, then please do. If you have to go ahead with it, just be sure to factor in extra time, because the chances are you're going to have to redo, redesign or reprint or rebrand something at a later date. For those of you that are retired or no longer working for any reason, this combination kind of suggests that this is about you getting back to that youthful energy, and you have to find a way now to keep refreshing and renewing the joy that you experience, but more importantly, keep finding ways to use the skills that you already have towards your current challenges, or even somebody else's current challenges. If you've ever thought about volunteering for the youth, especially for challenged or troubled or youth offenders, this energy kind of suggests that this would be a really great week to start looking into that. For your money and materials, you've got the 9 of Cups. Oh yeah. All right, so this is great. Now, for those of you, and it looks like there are quite a few of you that are researching courses of study, financial applications for mortgages, etc. And it also looks like a lot of you are hoping to bring some sort of, what's the word? It looks like a lot of you are hoping to bring some kind of, it's like something that you've invested in. It's like now you're looking at it and saying, right, okay, I think this is ripe for the picking. Only you can decide that, but your 9 of Cups bodes very, very well for it. If you are looking to make a financial application of some sort, the news is good. Just remember, obviously, the astrology that's taking place at the moment. So when it comes to your physical health and vitality, this would be your feet, your ankles, your toes. You just want to watch out for those. In another way as well, this would be on an emotional level. There is some sort of completion that takes place this week. It's almost like you get a piece of your, if you've had a dent or a wound in the emotional sector of any kind, this week you could get it back. This is the, you know, like when a fracture heals, the piece of bone comes in and then it all fuses back together. That's how I feel this week is going to go, but on a like an emotional sort of level, which is great. When it comes to your home and environment, this is really about a lot of you seeking a better experience in the home, and it also looks like something that you've wanted for the home or in the home for quite some time is going to make itself known for you, which is great. The 9 of Cups is never a card of hardship. It really isn't. For those of you that have been hoping on a specific job, or, you know, to hear about a specific work or contract or whatever, this could be very, very good news. The finances are good this week. For your love and relations, you have the 7 of Wands, right? So coupled with the Page of Swords, I'm going to say this to both, to all Leos, to all Aries. This week, your interpersonal relationships and connections could be a little bit strained this week. And it is because of not only miscommunication, but on top of that, it's like you're refusing to budge, they're refusing to budge. Now, the 7 of Wands does suggest that you kind of have the high ground, but is it really worth, do you know what I mean? Like, just to gain an inch, is it really worth the fight? So for those of you that are partnered or in relationships, they could be terse this week, and it could come sort of out of the blue. You know, what I will say to you is there could also be a realization about the relationship this week that will only come up by having the debate. For those of you that are single, again, there could be a lot of really great banter this week. What I will say though, it kind of looks like your idea of banter this week could be a little bit more harsh than most people are kind of ready for at this moment in time. So just be aware of that. You know, what you see as kind of light-hearted and banterful and fun could come across as like, whoa, okay, that was harsh. So, you know, just be aware of that. And your full moon message, got the full moon this week in the sign of Leo. If you haven't seen it, check out the weekly general. You have the Lovers card, right? So your connections, your interpersonal relationships are what's being highlighted this week in a very big way. Now, when you've got the Lovers card here, that full moon, wherever this falls for you as you know, an Aries moon, sun or ascendant, There is something this week where you are looking at the options that you have, and you're going to have to really weigh them up. Like, this full moon is asking you to really pay attention to what the options actually are, and this is across the board. You want and need new everything and new stimuli in life, and the only way that you're going to do that is by accepting that everything has different options or possibilities or potentials. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.